Colt McCoy is my guest. Hey, Colt, I really appreciate you calling back and working so hard to make this happen. How are you?
I'm great, Jim. Thanks for having me on the show.
Colt, it is great to have you on the show. Take me back first, if you would, to the Oklahoma game. I know you like your team. I know you liked your chances. But did you really even know exactly what you had with that team prior to that game?
Well, it was definitely a big game for us. Oklahoma, give them credit. They're a great football team, and it's such a fun game. The atmosphere, the environment, and that was a big test for us, the first really big test that we had all year, and we were able to come out on top.
Colt, talk about that environment. Is there any way to explain what's it like to be in the middle of that rivalry, playing in front of 92,000 people with so much on the line?
There is so much on the line, especially, all the teams that we play in the Big 12 are tough. But that game, walking out of the tunnel, the fans split right down the middle. One side's red, one side's orange. How loud it is, the atmosphere, it's such a blessing to be able to play in that game. It's so fun.
Colt McCoy joining us. Colt, talk about how hard you had to grind. You were down by 11 twice in the first half. You were down by 8 in the third quarter. They took all your best shots. They kept coming. Talk about the grind and the battle you had that day.
Well, we just had to keep fighting. Every time I came off the sidelines, just telling my teammates, hey, keep fighting, one play at a time. We're going to make some big plays. We just got to keep responding to them. And, we did that. We kept our heads up, kept believing, and that just shows you the character of this team. We're playing really well right now.
Colt, it would be great if you won that game, because then you think to yourself, all right, we did it. We persevered. We overcame. It's all good now. It's a nice, easy, smooth trail to the conference championship game, but it's anything but that. The next thing you know, you've got Missouri waiting for you. How in the world do you guys bounce back after such an emotionally draining game like that and get ready for another brawl?
I know. It seems like it's that way every week for us.
It is.
After OU, you have to bury them. You have to let them go, and that's such a big emotional high for us to be able to come out on top, and then focus on Missouri. And so when we came out to practice on Tuesday, Coach Brown had a ball and we buried it. It was the OU game ball. We buried it and said, hey, our focus is now on Missouri, and it really was. I give credit to the team and our seniors. They do a great job of leading us. And our focus really was on Missouri, and we came out on top there, too.
Hey, Colt, when Mac went with that burial, were you thinking to yourself, this is really pretty cheesy, or were you thinking, you know what, it's kind of cool and he's making his point?
It was. It's a great point. And you know what, we had talked about that already. We definitely didn't think we were going to go out and bury a game ball. But when we went over there, he almost treated it like a funeral, which was really kind of cheesy, really funny. But, it was a great point, and the team responded really well.
You beat Missouri 56-31. You yourself had a huge game. You had 17 straight completions at one point. That's a UT record. Have you ever felt more dialed in during a football game than you were in that one?
Well, I felt like on offense, we definitely were in a zone. I did not have any idea, any clue that was going on during the game. I felt like we just needed to continue to keep playing, continue to keep executing because, I know on the other side of the ball, Chase and their offense can score at any point. Their offense is designed to score real quick. So I just kept coming off to the sidelines and saying, hey, we've got to keep going. We've got to keep moving, keep scoring points because you never know what's going to happen in a game like this. And we did. We played really well.
Colt, you win a couple of games that you'll probably remember for the rest of your life, games that if you wanted to, you could talk about for the rest of your life. And what have you done for me lately? Next up, you've got Oklahoma State, and they're ranked 6th. My question is, do you think to yourself, this is what I signed up for? If I'm a quarterback at UT, this is what I should be doing? Or are you thinking to yourself, man, this is crazy. How are we supposed to stay up every single week?
That's the hard thing. But you know what? We have a great coaching staff. Coach Brown, Coach Davis, those guys are going to have us ready to play every week. And as a quarterback, it's my job to have the offense ready and to be playing at a high level. And so we've done really good at practice. We've worked really hard. I give credit to the offensive line. They've given me a ton of time in the pocket, and we're able to run the ball and throw the ball effectively, and we just got to continue to keep doing that. Oklahoma State's a great football team. There's a reason they're ranked in the top 10. They're undefeated, and we're going to have to be on top of our game Saturday.
Colt, Mac Brown's talked to me about what it's like to play quarterback there. From you, what's the biggest challenge? Is it what goes on the field and playing in that conference, or maybe is it what goes on off the field and the pressure that comes along with being the man at UT and, by the way, following Vince Young?
That is tough, to be the guy following Vince. But you know what? I signed up for this. I love it. This is where I want to be. Great coaches, great teammates, and I'm fortunate to be able to play here and to be able to be starting in my 3rd year. So. And it's fun that each week is a challenge. That's the expectations here are so high. We want to win every game. And so far we've done that. We just have to continue that.
You were a redshirt freshman back in '05, Colt. So can you speak to it? I mean, what's this team like compared to that team? Everybody wants to make the comparison because they won a national championship. And although you guys have a lot of work to do, you've got the look of a team that could do it again. Are there similarities between this team and that team, or totally different situations?
Well, looking back at, I don't like to compare us to other teams. For the most part this year, this team is having so much fun. This is the funnest thing that I've been doing in a long time. We're playing at a high level. We're having fun with each other. Offense, defense, special teams are playing really well. And it's something that I think someday looking back, we'll all think back and remember, hey, this was a great time. But our focus now is, hey, we've got a lot of work left to do. Let's have fun doing it, compete, and keep doing what we've been doing all year long, and hopefully we'll be number one in the end.
Colt McCoy is my guest. Colt, before you go, what is it about this team that makes it so fun? Is it just the wins, or is there somehow just a chemistry and a camaraderie about this group where you guys all came together?
I think our camaraderie is so strong. I think we have a great group of senior leaders, senior guys who have been here, who have experienced a national championship and have experienced going 10-3. And so the mix that we have there, the way that they've brought the young guys up, the way that we play together has been really fun. And when you also have coaches, coaches like we do who make it fun for us. They're really intense, really want us to work hard and want us to be the best, but also they understand that, hey, we got to have fun. And so it's been really good so far.
Colt, you dedicated this season to your fallen cousin, Grant Hines. I think a lot of the listeners know his story because they've seen it on ESPN, but I think also a lot of people listening don't know about Grant. Right. Tell me about Grant.
Oh, Grant's my cousin. We grew up together, spent a lot of time together, and he dedicated his life after college to going to the war. He served 3 times and came back and was unfortunate, and he passed on. But what a man, what a cousin. We were true friends, and the way that he gave his life for this country is really special.
I would think, Colt, as an inspiration, even as a young man, you inspire so many people, but just how much of an inspiration was he to you personally?
To me personally, he was such an inspiration. He was dedicated to everything that he did in his life, and especially going over to Iraq and serving our country. That's what he wanted to do. He enlisted for that. He signed up for it time and time again. He served 3 times, and so to see his dedication and the pride that he had for serving us, that was definitely an inspiration to me and our family. Yeah,
it's an amazing story. I want to make sure that we hit on that. Have you got the Heisman Trophy in the back of your mind right now?
No way. We got a ton of games left, and that would definitely be an honor. What an honor to be up for it. But that's truly a reflection of our team. And I know my teammates know, my coaches know. The important thing is win football games, and we've got a huge game this week with Oklahoma.
Normally, when somebody calls and we're not ready, they may not call back. I want to thank you for calling back, and that was a great interview, Colt. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jim. I enjoyed it.
Colt, I did too. You are slick. Got to tell you, I don't drop a freaking on too many college players, but Colt is slick. Colt freaking McCoy. I enjoyed that too, Colt. Well done. I love UT. I don't root. I don't cheer. I have no vested interest, but that's a karma program right there. Bill Little and John Bianco are a couple of guys that made that happen, but that's just a very professional athletic department. And I don't mean in the sense that it's college athletics and guys are getting paid, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they handle their business. They're a pleasure to deal with. They're first rate. We had an awesome tour stop, and they've always been awesome to deal with. I'm a big fan of UT, and I'm a big Mac Brown fan. I don't ever want to be I told you so because I've been wrong enough times that I should never say that, but I really always felt strongly about Mac. I just think Mac is such a stand-up guy and such a solid guy. We always knew he could recruit, but I knew the guy could lead. I knew the guy could coach, and even when he wasn't, quote-unquote, getting it done in the big games, you could just tell Mac was going to stay the course. He was going to be fine. And he is. What I'm saying is I told you so about Mac Brown. And, man, if and when he gets that second, and if he gets it this year, it is going to be sweet for him. Start building those statues. And even if Mac won't say it, that win over OU this year was huge for him. Really nice.